So, hello. Let me just tame my hair. So, yeah, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Y'all, if you see what the title for today's update is, then you be knowing. You be knowing like it's none of your business. The CACA has hit the fan. I do believe the CACA has hit the fan. Okay, so duck and dodge. Keep yourselves covered. Make sure you keep yourselves covered. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards. It is like hella early in the morning. I'm wide awake because I've been ducking and dodging for days, y'all. For days. The CACA's hit the fan. Maybe just for me, maybe for all of us. I don't know. We're going to find out. But definitely lots of shifting going on. A lot of people have been contacting me, expressing their, struggles with the CACA. Let me just pull more cards. We're going to see what the hell's going on with this CACA. It better be fertilizer. It better not be like carnivorous CACA that you can't even use in the fertilizer. Okay? That's all I'm asking for. Hey, you're from the 808? Yeah, how's it? All my island people. My beloved is an island savage. He's my tropical Viking. All right, let me just finish shuffling. Have you been very tired? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think yeah. I think I've been really tired too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just want to show you this. Since you said the BS word, I'm trying my best to now restrict my language. But since you said the BS word, I saw this. Okay, you make this, which represents the bull. Bullshit. Got it. That is the American Sign Language. I said that's pretty fucking clever. Ooh, sorry, I had to let that out. It just tooted out just like that. Okay, let me finish shuffling, getting us some information to see why the hell is everything turned into CACA. Okay, not cacao, but CACA. Let's see. Let's get a couple more decks up in here. There. Oh, that's why, bitch. That's why. Pasoy her ass. Okay. Final deck. I already saw what I needed to see. Motherfucking shit. Fuck the restrictions. We going back to a full rated R channel. This fucking bullshit energy. Oh my God. Calm down, girl. Your glasses are falling. Calm down, girl. This shit's about to hit the fan. It already hit the fan. I'm wide awake now. Now I'm pissed off and I'm wide awake. Not even joking. Wish I was, but I'm not. Here we go. All right. Card number 40. Yeah, no, Stella, I'm sorry. I don't think this is going to be a good news type of reading this morning. I really just don't feel good news popping up. I think this is just confirmation to let people know you haven't lost your mind. Shit really hit the fan. So crossing fingers that I'm wrong. Maybe we can spin this in a good way. I don't know. Card number 40, Sacred Fool. So many of us at this point are feeling like we're just puppets being dragged along, that we have no say. Well, you really do have a say. It's your higher self that's dragging you along. It's your higher self that is making the decisions for certain struggles to be placed before you right now. It's the 1212 portal. And things are supposed to start like really manifesting and occurring in such a way that's in alignment with your greatest good and growth. But it might not seem that way right now. It's always in alignment with your greatest good and highest level of growth, but our ability to understand that it is sometimes is not matching up to the need to understand that it is. Okay. Goddess of 10,000 names, endless emanations of the priestess. So let me get the book for this one. Oh, here it is. I cannot for the life of me deal with this caca. Have y'all ever felt so much caca all around you that you're like, what the fuck is this? You can't even talk right. You just gotta like bring out a whole different character. What the fuck is this? That's kind of how I woke up this morning. All right. Isis, with many names, forms, associations, and expressions, is referred to as a goddess of 10,000 names. A name holds power. It defines and energizes or limits. The names, faces, and roles that you play are just one part of your being, yet you exist beyond them. Beloved initiate as a vast being. You are currently realizing that you're not limited by previous identities you held. Instead, you're becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy the uncovering of even more of you. So this is really in full alignment with today's 1212 energy. The 1212 portal is all about the starting of your the first steps of your spiritual journey. This is about completion. This is about allowing the ascension process, activations, all of that good, really potent spiritual stuff. And sometimes in order for those things to enter, we have to allow the old to be released. Ooh, I'm kind of liking where this is going. Trust me, we're going to see how this works out. 77% at 713. I think I'm liking where this is going. Okay. Gaia, Earth, Stella, you might be getting good news. You just might, girl, cross a couple more fingers. This might turn into good news. Gaia, Earth. We're in the process of rebirthing ourselves. And this, again, full alignment with that 12 energy, the bringing in of extremely high frequencies, galactic codes, allowing higher expressions of our consciousness to come through, communicate with us. And these are not talking to guides or channeling other beings. Okay. We need to stop with that bullshit. We need to work on ourselves first. Before you start having conversations with other galactic beings, you need to first understand your higher self, because your higher self tends to not be at the level of the galactic beings that we think we're talking to. So if you can't even communicate within yourself, chances are when you're trying to communicate with these other ascended master beings, you're probably not even talking to an ascended master. Let's just keep it real here. We're keeping it real. Stop with the demonic bullshit. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. A lot of those like ascended things people are talking to, they're demonic mimics. So we're just going to stop with that. We're going to focus on ourselves. Okay. So card number 43, the rattle. This is often used, okay, I won't even tell that story. So rattles are often shook because the sound apparently helps to drive away negativity, dark forces, all of that. We need to just shake. Just shake it all out. Just literally shake it out, shimmy it all out, okay? Shimmy out the bullshit. We're starting this whole 1212 portal with a clean slate. You know what? The caca of this morning, we're leaving that alone. I need some toilet paper. Speaking of caca, my nose is dripping. Okay, let me just. The third eye drainage is real. So we got the full moon, yes. And then we also have the 1212 portal. We need to allow ourselves to begin releasing all of the weird stuff. So card number 16, Cancer, I feel. Again, this is about allowing yourself to recognize that a lot of the things that you are seeing within your journey has really been distorted. There has been, and so many people have been coming to me with this massive uptick of I want to say another word, individuals attempting black magic, attempting like really disgusting type of energetic work, violations of sacred space, violations of sovereignty. Yeah, no, we need to just release that. There's an uptick. It's going to continue to rise up until finally it comes to a head. And like an episode of Dr. Pimple Popper, we gonna drain that shit. Okay, it's about time. That pimple has formed. It's a boil at this point, and it's formed. It's time to purge this bullshit from our lives. I'm not even joking. Purge the bullshit from our lives. So let's see. That's right. Because once we purge it, it's going to be like a storm. It really is. So after the storm, we're going to get out of this with our dignity, our integrity, and our energetic abundance intact. No one can take any of this away from you. I think a lot of people have been going through things that have made them feel that others have been capable, and not just capable, but actually doing this, where they're taking away the goodness from their lives. Yeah, no more. No more. No more. Too many people have really just forgotten about their power. Too many people have forgotten about their power, and it's hard to remember how powerful you are, how loved you are by creation, when you are being crushed by the weight of stress of existence. You know what I mean? It's not even the stress of trying to ascend, the stress of living the best life you can. No, it's the stress of simply existing. So many people are being crushed by this stress, and we need to move beyond that. Okay, not ignore that there's a need, but instead of focusing on that need, focus on the ways in which those needs are going to be met, exceeded. All right. So pyramid of light, step your vibration deeper into love. Ooh, you guys didn't be knowing. Love is not just a cuddly thing. Love is one of the most potent energies in creation, if not the most potent. I think it is the most potent. It has the same potency to raise up, uplift, fortify, as it does to destroy. Isn't that beautiful? It's equal in measure. Its ability to completely break you down to all these little tiny pieces and then crush you even more. And its ability to take all those little crushed pieces, put them back together in such a way that makes you fortified, more in alignment with your truth, with your grace, with your compassion, with your birthright, your abundance. So you know what? If that statement is in alignment with Jesus's truth. Fuckery be gone in Jesus' name. Yes, yes, because that's some shit Jesus would have said. Okay, but let's recognize that in Jesus' time he was considered a terrorist. Okay, all right. So step into that love. Jesus was all about love. Jesus was all about shaking up the establishment, letting them know we will not take this anymore. We will not allow you to continue to crush us. We will continue to rise. And that's what this is all about. The undoing of the programming that causes us to believe we had to partake in a system that enslaves us mentally, emotionally, spiritually, societally, financially, everything, all levels, all levels, all levels. So card number 53, the sun. Ooh, you guys. All of this is just some good juju stuff, because I was thinking a solar eclipse is coming in a few weeks, and that solar energy, not just from the eclipse, but right now, the solar energy is just booming. Booming. A lot of the things that we've been too ashamed about, that we've been trying to keep hidden because, oh, I don't want people to know, I'm so embarrassed. All of that stuff is being brought to light. Don't allow those things to weigh you down any further. Embrace every single part of you. Every single part of you. Everything that you think is somehow a weakness, I promise you it's not. You're just not seeing it in the clarity that you need to see it. Okay. Some people would say stubbornness is a weakness. That's a flaw. No, it's my stubbornness that prevents me, that makes it impossible for me to stay down no matter how many times I get kicked. I'm just too stubborn to stay down. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So when this energy comes along, Lilith, you my you my friend of me, aren't you? Independence, Lilith, card number 29. I just, yeah. I'm just gonna love on you today. You just need some love. There is just some really deceptive energy going around, really dark and deceptive. Yeah, no, it's really dark and deceptive. All beings, ancient beings, beings of holy books, they have positive and negative qualities. They have light and dark aspects, every single one, Archangel Michael included. I said that, boo boo. Yes. So, yes, Archangel Michael included. Lilith, some people worship the lighter aspects of Lilith. What I've known about her darker aspects is some intense fuckery. Like, she can bring fuckery like no one else. I'm just saying, you excel at that shit. So that's kind of what's going on right now. That's really what's going on. It was 83% at seven. Wait, what? At 722. So it would have been 1111 with an 11 card. 2 plus 9 is 11. So 11, 11, 11. That just tells me, yes, confirmation. We're being divinely guided to recognize that this aspect, this distorted aspect of femininity. I'm not saying feminines are evil or the root of evil. I'm saying there's been a distortion within femininity that began with the whole Lilith thing that has really carried through, and it's being amplified at this point. If you see how many women have been hating on other women, how dysfunctional the whole it's a wounded feminine thing. It really is. And it's kind of bleeding over into everything. So we have the wounded masculine. We also have the wounded feminine. You know, everyone's fucking wounded. Everyone is wounded. Everybody needs everybody at this point. Okay. Everybody needs everybody at this point. So we kind of have to come together. Yes, a polarization is occurring. Yes, an intensity in that polarization is becoming very viscerally felt. A lot of stomach upset, a lot of technical issues going on, a lot of financial issues, just like issues across the board, complications for things that should not be complicated, distortions in connections, distortions in communications with coworkers, with friends, between lovers, just all across the board, all sorts of fuckery. But what we need to do, card number 39, air element, communicating. We have to really begin airing out that wound. The best, most efficient way to heal a wound is to allow it to receive air, dry itself out, and begin the healing process. When you keep bandaging it, you're keeping that wound fresh. It's very difficult for it to heal, and then it predisposes it to infection. Okay? The less you handle the wound, and keep it clean, keep it exposed to air, the faster it's going to heal. So what is air? It's spoken word. Okay. When you begin to air out your feelings, and this is not about vomiting things out. This is about airing out the things that need to be aired out. Okay. So when you begin to air out your feelings, expressing it to the people that need to hear it, not just talking shit about people behind their back. That's not airing it out. That's creating more bullshit. Okay. That's perpetuating. That's another layer of bandaging placed over the rotting bandage beneath that. Okay. Just recognize that. But when you begin to really air things out with the people that need to hear it, you then begin to create circumstance that can eventually be resolved. But the longer you keep things, bottled up, the more it's gonna fester. Let's see. So card number 43, come to life. So many of us have been existing in that grayscale. And, Grayscale can be seen as mundane. It can be seen as boring, as like a life not being fully lived. But at the same time, when you learn about how light and dark play with each other, the juxtaposition, the ways in which shadow creates texture and depth. Have you ever seen beautifully, beautifully done black and white photography? Sometimes the black and white photography, when done just right, can be more beautiful than an HD color image. And that's the thing, it's our perception of the life we're living. Oh, it's too basic, it's too this. I think I'm a very basic person. I think I'm very just plain Jane, nothing special about me. I'm no different than anyone else. And that's my perception of me. It's not for a lack of confidence. It's not for lack of a sense of self-worth or any of that. This is my life. This is all I know. What I can do here, this is all I know. So to me, this is normal. This is common sense. Why don't you get it? I get like, look, this is common sense to me. But to other people, it's like, holy shit, how does she read cards like this? You don't fucking get it. I mean, it's telling you right there. It's showing you. Like you don't see it in the picture. You know what I'm saying? So when you begin to understand that the way you see your life isn't necessarily how your life actually is, you'll begin to see the beauty in the black and whites of your life, in the grayscale. You won't have to listen to the distorted words spoken with a forked tongue, causing you to paint your life into something that it's not. You have your monkey mind here trying to convince you your life is not sweet enough the way it is. Let's compare to everyone else. No, your life sucks compared to everyone else. Now you got to sugarcoat everything. No, you don't have to sugarcoat everything. Now, it's up to you if you want to hear it like that. It's up to you if you want to hear it the way I said it and just take it as like it's time for you to really appreciate your life. Or you could hear it like, damn, she's so harsh and insensitive. Well, I mean, if it's so harsh and insensitive, then I need to say it again to you. You've been sugarcoating your shit. That sugar has caused a candida overgrowth, meaning your spiritual body has a yeast infection. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Sugar feeds yeast. Yeast is a fungus. You got a fungal infection, spiritual fungal infection. Get right with that shit. If you can't take the truth as I deliver it, you need to go to another channel, like, some monostat channel. No, this is the monostat channel. You got spiritual candida, mofo. I'm just saying. Don't bring that shit over here. Bring it somewhere else where they support that. I don't know. Maybe your panties are too tight. That's what they say. Like too tight panties. Use natural fabrics. Divine destiny. Yeah, I don't know what I just said, but it sounded good in my head. There was logic to it. I just take it for what it is. Divine destiny, path of the divine warrior. Okay, let me just. I can't. Divine destiny. Okay, here we go. Spiritual yeast infection. Oh my God, that's so just came out of nowhere. The divine warrior guides you to your divine destiny. The divine warrior energy exists within men and women as the inner propulsion to continue with a worthy path, even during times of difficulty. When faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be more wisdom, focus, intelligence, and surrender into the divine. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. This part of you will lead you to spiritual success. So this is about really allowing the aspects of yourself that were included in your coding that really empowers you to fight the battles that you need to fight within your life. Not every single battle needs to be fought, okay? You'll be invited to many, many battles in your lifetime. You don't have to attend all of them. Be a little bit selective. Be a little bit exclusive and elusive when it comes to the battle The battle invitations. I don't need to win every battle. Just know I'm going to win the war. Okay. I might not show up to all the battles, but you best believe I'm going to fucking win the belt for the whole goddamn war. Because I don't have a spiritual yeast infection. Card number 21, the gatherer. It's there. Okay. So there are two types of mindsets, one that's a farmer and the other one a gatherer. The farmers, they have to plan and plot everything, and something goes wrong with something they can't control, their whole harvest goes to shit. Okay, not talking shit about farmers, but that's their life in a nutshell. They put all of this work and planning into trying to create the best circumstance for the greatest harvest. But hey, the sun doesn't show up as many days as they need, it rains too much, depending on the crop, their entire thing is fucked. Now, gatherers, you kind of just take what life gives you. You keep going, you keep foraging, you keep collecting and gathering the things that you need. And I mean, is one way right and one way wrong? No. But you can see that sometimes even farmers who plan and have contingency plans for everything, who take into account and save and penny pinch and all of this and all that, those are not bad things, but they're not going to cover every aspect of your journey. You have to be open to, at some point, possibly needing to become a gatherer again. And that's really one of the things with humanity, is that we're so focused on trying to get to the next evolutionary step that when we have to look back, we don't want to. We don't want to do the old stuff. That's outdated. Well, sometimes it's the outdated thing that's going to actually save you in this moment. Sometimes it's that outdated mindset that's going to help you get through your life circumstance. Sometimes it's that leap of faith, because really the gatherers are taking a leap of faith. They're trusting that their environment can and will provide for their every need. And it's true that it will. Because if you really think about it, for every condition that exists, there is a plant that exists. For every illness, there is a plant that can cure it. That is a fact. That is a fact. And if you tell me, no, modern medicine, bullshit, because you know what medicines you're taking? Those are synthesized components, active components of plants. That's what medicines are. They are synthesized, meaning they are taking the known active component of that plant and mass producing it artificially. Now, plants are very intelligent, because that active component has other components that are not considered active that help to regulate the activity of the active component. And that's why it's much harder to overdose. Because I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's much harder. When you know the proper dosage, it's much harder. There's less side effects. But let's not go there right now. Let's stick with this. So card number 46, the future. The future. This is what all of us are so worried about, the future. Look at her looking so beautifully. How do you know she's not looking at her past? How do you know she's not looking at how far she's come in order to gauge what she has to do in the future? See, that's the thing. That's the thing. We don't know, right? We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We just know what's happened in the past. So if you don't know what's happened in the past, like actually know, you're just taking people's word for it. You don't take the time to really analyze how your life has gone. Take accountability for the decisions you've made in the past. How do you know how the decisions you're going to make in the future are going to affect you? Because life is nothing but cycles. Cycle upon cycle upon cycle, cycles within cycles, cycles after cycles, nothing but cycles. It's a cyclical nature. So say last year you made a decision to trust someone who your intuition told you was not worthy of your trust, and they screwed you over. You don't want to look back at that, because that's an embarrassing moment. That's when you failed yourself. That's when someone didn't betray you. You betrayed yourself, because you knew, and you chose not to listen. So in actuality, the person didn't betray you. You betrayed yourself. Okay. And I can say this because I've done this to myself multiple times. I still continue to. So, yeah, I betrayed myself. And if I don't want to analyze that, if I don't want to take accountability for my decision, when someone new comes along, oh, you're sweet. Yeah, sure. Let's do all of this business stuff together. Oh yeah, sure. Let's be besties. I'm going to tell you all my secrets. No, fuck the feeling that this is repeating stuff. No, that was back then. I'm not doing that again. Because I didn't do that. Someone else did that to me. Yeah, no, I'm getting fucked over again. I guarantee that. I guarantee that. We're getting fucked over again, girl. Yep. And we're choosing it yet again. So you see how it is? Sometimes in order to look to the future, you have to first wade through the past. You have to sift through the past, swim in, let yourself marinate in what the fuck you allowed. Take accountability, take responsibility. And once you realize that, allow your transformation. Card number 11, Pluto, transformation. Okay. Hold on. It's a cold moon. What did that mean? Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I'll check that later. Let me just find my post. It's a cold moon. What planets was it? My gosh, I hate how they turn this dang thing. Hold on. Don't tell me Pluto was involved. Was Pluto involved? Hold on, guys. We've got to see this. Where did I post that thing? Hot diggity dang it. I'm pretty sure Facebook deleted that post. That's fine. I'll find it. Oh, here. No, Pluto's not involved. 5 planets, full cold moon last night. So Pluto's not involved. Sorry, Pluto. I was going to blame you for something. Card number 11. Let's see. Let us see. So, people living deeply have no fear of death. Nice. This tells me that it's time for you to recognize a spiritual death is imminent for many of you, for many of us. Spiritual death is not about actually dying. This is about allowing the aspects of you that are not in alignment. It's like shedding skin. It's allowing yourself to shed the parts that no longer serve their purpose, that have gone dull, that have begun to flake off. Don't be afraid of that. Let me see. Pluto can be like a tower collapsing in your life, a life from which you must rebuild from debris and also inspiration. Many things you've relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. More than anything else, Pluto represents endings and beginnings. Yep. If you are in a relationship that's been difficult, it will either end or it will deepen and become more fulfilling. Let's see. So when this comes up, you may have been recently infatuated with a hidden subject, certain mysteries, or the taboo. This could be a time when you're able to sense and feel spirits around you. Sometimes this card can indicate psychic attacks, and thus you should be very careful who you open up to. Be cautious if you're involved in anything paranormal or occult in nature. You're not particularly vulnerable. In fact, your strength is growing. But it's important at this point in time to spiritually protect yourself from anything negative, such as vampire types of people or lost spirits looking for a home. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out not to be what you always thought. Yeah. So this is about really needing to be aware. Be aware of where you've been, where you currently are, where you're heading, who you trust, what you say, like everything. Not about being paranoid, being aware. Being aware is different than being paranoid. Awareness is not fear. Okay? It's not fear-based. Let me just, where's the other? Here. I'm going to draw a couple more cards because I want clarity on something. Was that a strong card for you? Oh, yes. I do have a quick seal in my YouTube channel. A quick seal video. Here we go. I want clarity for this 1212 portal. I'd love clarity and some idea as to how everyone should move forward. Ooh, shit. Okay, okay. We'll take that. Wait, let me just pull a couple more cards. I'm going to pull a couple more cards to help me reconcile my feelings on those. Okay. Some cards fell. Where's my book? All right. So here we go. All right. So we got the Tower in reverse. Continued depression, living in a rut, entrapment in an unhappy situation. So for me, this is telling me that unless you want to take accountability for the decisions you made, because remember what I just explained, the analogy that I made, that was more of a sharing of my life story. If you are not willing to take accountability for the decisions you make in the past, you will absolutely repeat those same cycles again. You will. So you will continue your self-imposed oppression, your self-imposed tower moment. It's going to continue. Instead of the Tower card being upright and being an indication that all of that is going to end, it's like, poof, bitch, be gone. No, she's going to continue. I really would like to kick your ass at some point. Not you guys. I'm just having a conversation by myself. Ace of Staves. Let's see. So this is about creation, start of an undertaking, inheritance, fortune, birth of a child, beginning of a meaningful experience and adventure. If you can really take in that you have to take responsibility for what you've allowed to happen in your life, the people you've allowed to be a part of your life, the way you've lived your life, all of that. Okay, I don't care what your childhood was. And people are like, you're so mean. I mean, really, everyone has something that happened in their childhood that has somehow scarred them, wounded them. Like, okay, really. By the time you're needing to pay your own rent, all of that shit can no longer be blamed on someone else. Yes, those things happened to you. Yes, those things affected you. Yes, they need to be resolved. They need to be addressed. They need to be treated. But you need to make a conscious decision to do that for yourself. I don't give a shit what kind of mother or father or lack thereof you had. Because there are plenty of people in this world that have had such a shitty childhood that have chosen to rise above that circumstance, that have chosen to allow those circumstance that was really, really crappy and should never have happened to a child to be the very fuel that they use for their rise, to shine brighter, to show more compassion, more love, because they know what it feels like to be treated in certain ways. They go out of their way to make sure other people are not treated in that way. So don't use that to continue to perpetuate a tower existence, okay? Go ahead and allow yourself to take responsibility. You know what? Things happen to me. You know what? I have a hard time dealing with things. You know what? I get triggered. These are my triggers. Identify these things within yourself and begin using them to benefit you rather than cripple you. It's very simple. To me, it's very simple. I've been through a lot in my life, a lot. And if people knew all the shit that I've been through in my life, they'd be like, you're fucking weird. The fact that you can still giggle every day and, you know, all of this shit going on in the background and you still come in live and having fun with us. And, you know, like seriously, take responsibility. Whatever happens to you at this point is something you are consciously choosing to either do or passively allow. And if you're passively allowing it, you're still allowing it. Okay? So let's see. Nine of Staves, expectations. Sorry. Expectation. Wait, hold on. Expectation of difficulties and changes, deception, a pause in a current struggle. So people, there will be a going back and forth. Once you decide to take accountability for your life in general, you will experience moments where you still feel victimized. If you have existed in a victim mentality your entire life, I'm not saying you are a bad person. I am saying you can consciously choose to remove yourself from that mentality, to shift it so you no longer see yourself as a victim. But as you do that, until you become accustomed to not being a victim, existing as more than just the survivor of circumstance, you will continue to revert. And then you should continue to consciously choose to reshift again. Just like when your bones get adjusted by the chiropractor, adjusting it one time does not solve the issue. That misalignment will fall back into misalignment because the muscles have grown accustomed to holding the misalignment in place. It created muscle imbalances that support a misaligned existence. So unless you continue to adjust it, until the muscles have been conditioned to support in a proper way, you will continue to slip out of alignment. Don't be hard on yourself. Just because you choose to no longer be a victim and then you suddenly feel like, oh, so-and-so is victimizing me. Oh, well, I failed at it. No, you didn't. This is an opportunity to remind yourself, shoulders back, chin up. Sit up straight, sit like a fucking king and queen, okay? They don't slouch because they have a crown to hold up. Sit up straight. When you start to notice your back is hurting, sit up straight. You don't stay like this and be like, oh God, life sucks, my back hurts. No, sit your ass up straight. Seriously. And I'm coming across harsh because I'm not here to continue coddling those issues that got you to the point where you had to desperately look on YouTube for someone to help you find your way back to your path. Because let's face it, that's why most of us are here. Exactly, boo, tits out, balls to the wall, sweat and all. I made that up myself. I'm just saying. Every single one of us is here because there is some circumstance in our life that's making us feel frantic at this point. Like, fuck, I need to find answers for something. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's some shit going on. You know what? Let me go to this reader because I think they're going to tell me something I need to know so that I can figure my life out. Okay, it's not going to help you now. I'm like, it's okay. You're going to be okay. Okay, we're just going to sit and we're just going to, love and light, just manifest it. How are you going to manifest it if you don't correct the pathways that you need to bring in the manifestation coding? Right? Right. And in order to straighten that out, it's going to take some force. And sometimes that force is nothing more than words spoken in a harsh manner. Sometimes that force needs life to pull you out of it. But either way, I'm not going to coddle that. I'm not. I'm not. Ace of Coins. Perfection, attainment, prosperity, felicity, bliss, gold, treasures, a combination of material and spiritual riches. This is what's waiting for you. If you can get yourself in alignment, that's what's waiting for you. No one can take your abundance from you. They can't. The only thing that's kept your abundance from you is yourself. Your lack of belief in your soul's ability and willingness to provide for you. Your belief in needing to find something external to complete you. These are all things that have really worked beautifully at keeping your abundance out. This belief that you don't have enough. Whatever you believe, that's where your energy will flow to. Whatever you fixate on, that's what you're feeding. So yes, you have to acknowledge when there's an issue because those issues need to be resolved. But instead of fixating on what that issue is, fixate on the solution. You'll find a solution, but it's not enough to just find that solution. You also have to implement it. You have to have the courage to separate your identity from the wound that you've been existing within. And that's the real issue. That's the heart of the issue. So many of us have been wounded for so long that we've identified as the wound. And anyone who doesn't further support the festering of that wound is now a threat to your existence. It's a lie. It's a lie. You're more than just the wound. You are the being that carries the wound as a reminder to self heal, self love, self soothe, self appreciate, compassion for self, respect for self. All of these things that if you do that, you're selfish, self centered, as though those things are bad. And they're not. They're not. If I'm not centered around myself, who am I supposed to orbit around? You? Him? Her? Who am I supposed to orbit around? And then when you do that, you're wrong too, because you can't make someone else your whole life. No matter what, you're wrong. According to the society we live in, it was structured intentionally in such a way where opposing groups would be formed for any given subject, topic, whatever it is, opposing groups will be formed. So no matter what you decide, you will always find people who will tell you you are wrong, who will believe beyond the shadow of a doubt how erroneous you are in your beliefs and your behaviors. And unless you're self-centered in a balanced way, and when I say in a balanced way, I'm not talking about being self-centered because you're so insecure about not having enough, about people not accepting you. So now you have to overcompensate and make yourself the center of everyone else's world. I'm talking about being self-centered within yourself, centered within your heart space, beautifully placed between the divinity and the heart, the mind and the heart. So when you're self-centered in that way, no one can shake you. They might shake you, but they're not going to stop you. No one can stop you. Let me rephrase myself. No one can stop you. You're going to continue to spin as wildly as you want. And you know, when people try and tell you to slow down because you live in too fast and all of, okay, look at a kid's top, the toy, the top, the spinning top. When it begins to slow down, it begins to wobble. Maybe because you've slowed your spin for people who are uncomfortable watching your spin, you've begun to wobble. Maybe if you allow yourself to spin at your natural state, at your highest frequency, you won't have that wobble. You won't be uncertain. You'll know that wherever I go, that's where I'm meant. I'm always provided for. Everything that I need, everything in alignment with my highest good is what I will receive. And sometimes what's in alignment with my highest good is not getting exactly what I want, because sometimes the monkey mind covets something that I don't need. And that's one of the major flaws of our logic, where we think if we don't get what we want based on what the monkey mind is saying we want, creation doesn't provide for us. That's a lie. That's a lie. You've been given the things you need, but you've also been conditioned that whatever you have is never enough. So when you get the things you need from soul, you're like, oh, but that's all? Yeah, that's all you need. That might not be all you want, but that's all you need. So let's see the final card. What I was just talking about. Magician in reverse, weakness of will, ineptitude, insecurity, delay, the use of one's skills for destructive ends. That's just what I was talking about. We are very, very good at manifesting. Every single last one of us is a manifester. We are co-creating this reality. And this is the very reason why social media, the news, everything continues to share things that perpetuate fear, perpetuate the need for separation, segregation, competition at our natural state. Do you guys see babies competing? Do you guys see babies separating each other? A normal, healthy baby wants to be around other babies, is not competing. They're simply experiencing together. Return to your natural state. Your natural state is enough. Notice how babies are said to be more closely linked to the divine, because they haven't had enough time to be programmed, to be indoctrinated, that they need to participate in a system of separation, control, competition, abuse, abuse of power, abuse of connections, abuse of resources. Mhm. Allow yourself to return to your purest state. That's your natural state. Peaceful, loving, kind, concerned about the welfare of others. Have you ever fake cried in front of a baby? When you fake cry in front of a baby, unless there's something developmentally wrong with the baby, they'll cry too because they have empathy. They care. It's time for us to shift all of this. Hold on. So, for those who are experiencing dark magic type issues, a resolution is soon going to be implemented. Resolution is going to be implemented soon. Know that these events are being allowed to occur to frustrate you to the point where you release your inhibition, because it's that inhibition, your fear of your own greatness, that's preventing you from reaching, accessing the abilities in code to completely sever the cord that's being used to deliver the black magic. Okay. There's a lot of dark shit going on. I'm not even going to play. There's a lot of dark shit going on. Michael wants you guys to know, for those of you that have been calling out to him, desperate, begging for help, feeling as though your prayers and your requests for protection and help have been ignored. They haven't been ignored. This is a part of the process. Okay. He says he hears every single one of you. This is a part of the process. He needs you to get angry enough to want to fight for yourself. Okay. Let's see. So later on today at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a live stream here on YouTube where I'm going to do a fire ceremony for the 1212 portal that's open today. If you go to my website, emmyevolving.com, I do have fire blessings and quite a few other expedites available, energetic services available for today's live stream. Okay, we're going to be harnessing really potent 1212 portal energy. This is extremely high galactic coding coming in. This is potent enough to do clearings that can reach down to core level. Now, be careful where you go for today's. I mean, a lot of people are doing ceremonies today. Beautiful, beautiful. Please be very discerning about who you participate with. I am aware there's a lot of nefarious things that are piggybacking on that energy. Okay. So you don't have to join me for mine. You don't have to participate in mine. You're free to go to whoever you resonate with, but please use discernment. Okay. Use the highest level of discernment. If something feels weird, do not participate. That includes feeling weird on mine. Okay. Something feels weird, do not participate. So final card number 20, Nectar of the Lotus. The Divine Mother wishes that those who are meant to feed others be well fed too. Your devotion to helping others has the effect of squeezing the cosmic heart chakra of the Divine Mother. From her heart drips nectar, sweet, sustaining, life-affirming energy that feeds you and allows you to nourish many souls. Like a sacred chalice chalice that overflows. When you are full, well, and vital, the feeding of others happens effortlessly. You are guided to be fed now, fed with divine nectar from the heart of the mother. There is an endless supply of energy, joy, peace, bliss, and love for you, flowing from the heart of the Divine Mother Kuan Yin. Yet sometimes we may experience limitation instead of endless supply. These limits can be hidden blessing. They can be a sign that our mind and emotional life can use some help shifting from scarcity consciousness into a consciousness of abundance. As we do this, we tend to relax and flow more easily, tapping into what's needed rather than perceiving restriction. A limit or a block in our flow might be telling us that our nervous system needs some time to adapt to receiving higher intensities of spiritual electricity through our system as we become more used to living a joyful, higher vibrational existence. A limit or restriction in our energy might indicate that we have been so focused on giving to others that we have forgotten that we are a part of the divine heart we are seeking to embody, and we need to gain more balance in our lives by taking some time out and attention for ourselves. So this goes back to what I was talking about allowing yourself to be the center of your universe, allowing yourself to just take care of your needs, make yourself your priority for once. Empaths, we struggle with this so much. It's so common for empaths to martyr themselves, to make projects of people. It's time for you to make yourself your own project. Heal yourself, provide for yourself, love for yourself. This doesn't mean you're ignoring everyone else. This means you are preparing yourself for a life of service. You can't serve humanity broken and tattered, depleted, confused. Have you ever tried to do work when you're extremely hungry? So hungry you're feeling frantic? Good luck completing anything. Nothing makes sense. Everything you read, no matter how many times you read it, is confusing. Everyone's annoying. So feed yourself first. Nourish your soul. Give your soul the nourishment, the love, the nurturing that it needs. The 1212 portal is the perfect time for you to allow your energies to be replenished. Make sure it's being replenished with good stuff. With the good stuff, not the piggyback stuff. We don't want no piggyback. So definitely, if you guys can make it, please join. It's going to be today at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on my channel. If you'd like to get an expedite, hold on. I'm just going to put the link. Alrighty, there you go. So you guys, if you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I will try to come back on and start the zodiac readings. I don't know if I have enough time though. I'll definitely try to. If I don't, I will be starting it in the next few days. Thank you guys so much for sharing this space with me, for being open to my thoughts on any given thing, for being so accepting of me just organically expressing myself. It truly does mean a lot to finally be able to break out of my own restrictions and just express myself and my thoughts. That's a very sacred gift that each of you gift me every time you join and allow me to share of myself. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.